So let's say that there's someone in your life up close to you who's been giving you a lot of grief. It doesn't matter who it is. Let's just be general about it. And you don't like that feeling of discord. And so your logic tells you from the discussion that we've just had that you're approaching this whole situation differently than your inner being is. So let's break down what the primary differences are. And this is what we want you to hear. We've not said this to you before in this clear way. You are likely looking at the person that this person is right now allowing themselves to be. Your inner being is looking forward to who they really are. It's not just that we want you to hook up with your inner being. We want you to experience the benefit of what hooking up with your inner being means. Have you ever heard yourself say about someone, well, they're doing the best they can, so I'm going to love them anyway because they're doing the best they can? That part of them isn't. That part of them isn't doing the best they can. The inner being part of them is the best they can be. That part of them isn't. So why would you look at the part of them that isn't doing the best they can when your inner being is not looking at the part of them that isn't doing the best they can? Your inner being is looking at the becoming of them, not the disconnected part of them. And the same is true whether you're looking at another person or whether you're looking at yourself. You can't be less than you are. Life caused you to be more. You got to be it if you want to feel good. Now, we're not demanding that you be it. You get to feel bad if you want to. Your life can suck if you want it to. You can feel jealous and angry and vulnerable if you choose to. But now that you know what you know, it doesn't seem that wise to choose that, does it? When you don't have to. And you know what is so confounding about it? All this time, you and other humans have thought, well, if I just give that person a chance, that person will become the conditional situation that I need them to be. They've got to do all the work. They've got to do the work. They must change so that I can feel better. And we say, that's a risk we wouldn't take. We wouldn't put all of our hopes and dreams and living happily ever after and how we feel in this moment on somebody else doing it for me. We would look at who their life has caused them to be, and we would give our undivided attention to who their life has caused them to be, and we would revel about who their life has caused them to be with our inner being who's looking at that and their inner being who's looking for that, and we'd live happily ever after as we are allowing ourselves personally to be who our life has caused us to be. Did you follow all of that? If you did, you're really, really getting it. You're really, really getting it. Nothing else works. Nothing else works. When we say you create your own reality, we mean just what we just said to you. And when we say you are not conditional lovers, we mean what we just said to you. You are pure, positive energy who must move forward. And you know what that means? That means you must expect and allow everyone else to move forward too. And when you choose anyone, no matter how public or private they seem, and you use them as your object of attention or your excuse to pinch yourself off, well, they're not losing by your negative approach to them, but you in this moment certainly aren't winning. Yes? That was a lot, wasn't it? So now let's chew on where you are. You sat down to talk about what?
Those desires that seem really big, and you helped me in defining that means they're maybe a little bit further along than my belief.
What does it mean that I have a desire that I don't believe? What does that mean in the context of what we just talked about? It means there's a part of me that does believe it and a part of me that doesn't, and you got to decide who you're going to be in this moment. Are you going to be the one who believes or the one who doesn't believe? Isn't that the only question that's on the table? Are you going to be like your inner being, or are you going to be unlike your inner being? We're asking you all. Are you going to be like your inner being? What's the upside of that? What's the primary advantage of approaching your life from the standpoint that your inner being approaches your life? What's the upside of that?
I'll feel good.
Oh, it feels so good. It feels so good. What's the downside? It sucks. It feels awful not to be who you are, because the larger part of you will not stop being who you are. Here's a good picture for you. So your inner being knows what you've asked for and sees it all stretched out there. And your inner being is just moving steadily with every thought. We started to say thought, word, and action, but with your inner being, it's thought. It's thought, it's energy. Your inner being is moving forward with every thought toward the delicious becoming of that. Got the picture of that? Your inner being's moving forward. So now you keep wanting your inner being to say, come along. But your inner being doesn't look back. Your inner being just keeps going. It's your job to go too. But you keep thinking, well, you could look back. You could give me a hand. If you really cared about me, you could give me a hand. And your inner being says, going that way, not that way. Going that way, not that way. Your inner being says, come along, come along, come along, come along. But your inner being is not going back to get you. Your inner being is, and here are the operative words, your inner being is paving your trail. Your inner being is building your bridges. Your inner being is clearing the underbrush. Your inner being has the momentum going. In other words, you said, I want this. You pointed that way. And your inner being says, we're on it. We've gathered everything that is necessary. We're going. And you're saying, wait for me. And your inner being says, we're going. And you say, but wait, I can't keep up. And your inner being says, we're going, and we'll always be going. And eventually, if you want to feel good, you'll come along, you'll come along, you'll come along, you'll come along, you'll come along. We love you so much, but we want you to stop acting like humans. Humans are dependent on others. They want you to feel sorry for each other, and they want you, come along, come along. I'll do this for you that I see you cannot do for yourself. Your inner being will never say that. Your inner being cannot do for you what you cannot do for yourself. You got to hook up.